Good day, everyone. My name is Shalami Sismarico from B.Ed to H1, and today we're going to tackle about the criteria in choosing appropriate assessment tools. Assessment methods are the strategies, techniques, tools, and instruments for collecting information to determine the extent to which students demonstrate desired learning outcomes. The selection of tools involves a process to obtain detailed information and the need to keep the process feasible and manageable. Student learning styles vary widely, and their strengths and challenges with respect to assessment vary as well. Teachers need to consider the variation as they choose assessment for their courses. By varying the way teachers assess student understanding, they are more likely to offer opportunities for every student to demonstrate their knowledge. The first step in attaining competency in selecting appropriate tests involves understanding the purpose or purposes for which an assessment is given, according to Merenz 2001, as cited in McDevitt and Gibson no date in its broadest sense. The purpose of any assessment is to gather data to facilitate decision making. However, many kinds of decision and many different types of information may be gained from the use of tests and may serve to facilitate decision making. The following may be considered in choosing appropriate assessment tools: goals of assessment, methods of assessment, either direct or indirect, and the interval in giving assessment. One of the challenges for beginning teachers is to select and use appropriate assessment techniques suited to the learner's needs. During teaching, teachers not only have to communicate the information they planned, but also continuously monitor students' learning and motivation in order to determine whether modifications have to be made, according to Asian 2005. Beginning teachers find this more difficult than experienced teachers because of the complex cognitive skills required to improvise and be responsive to students' needs while simultaneously keeping in mind the goals and plans of the lesson, according to Burko and Livingston 1989. The informal assessment strategies teachers most often use during instruction and questioning. The teacher may either be utilizing direct or indirect method. Examples of direct method are examinations, written assignments, presentation and performance, internship supervisors, ratings of student skills, portfolios, score gains between entry-test, entry and exit test, capstone projects, theses and dissertations, etc. Indirect methods can provide a useful supplement and check on the findings from direct measures, examples of which are student satisfaction survey, surveys of students, alumni, exit interviews with graduating students, student participation rate, reflective essays, data on placement, and other measures of post-graduation performance. The teacher may consider the following characteristics in selecting appropriate assessment tools, whether conventional or ICT-based assessment. 1. Measure the desired level of performance, level of satisfaction, productivity, efficiency, student performance. 2. Cost-effective in terms of effort, time, and money. 3. Useful that will produce results that will provide information that can be used in making decisions to improve student learning. The fourth one is reasonably accurate and truthful. 5. Dependable, consistent, and responses over time. Number 6. Evidence ongoing and not once and done. After the discussion, one of a certain lesson that teacher conducts formative assessment. One of the key characteristics of formative assessment is the frequent use of evidence gathered from various methods as feedback. Besides serving as an indicator of attained levels, students use this feedback to set goals for the next stage of learning. With this, teachers may utilize ICT in assessment. It enables both teachers and students to provide valuable feedback on each learner's progress. The rapid development of ICT has provided teachers with digital platforms that support learning and teaching. According to Wu and others, no date. Online tasks assigned by teachers will assess the collaborative problem-solving, construct, and the 5 strands: participation, perspective-taking, social regulation, task regulation, as well as students' learning and knowledge-building skills, according to Drigas and Kuretake, 2006. It is also stressed in the same study that large-scale differential item functioning, or DIF, analysis can validate an online problem-solving ability test that minimizes the extraneous differential effects of student language background. Thus, online assessment can be incorporated by teachers. ICTs provides the means for the explicit design and implementation of individualized and collaborative problem-solving tasks through teachers' interactive scaffolding and immediate feedback supply towards learners, according to Drigas and Kuretake, 2006. Thank you everyone for watching and listening my video for this topic. Before we end this, we would like to acknowledge the book that we are using for this subject, Technology for Teaching and Learning 1, and the authors behind this, Miss Purita P. Bilbao, ED, Miss Maria Asuncion Crispin V. Diquilia, PhD, and Miss Daisy A. Rosano, PhD, and Miss Helen B. Boholano, LIB, ED. Thank you and God bless.